Are you dealing with fatigue, weight gain, cold intolerance, depression, or fertility problems? Then you might be deficient in iodine. Iodine is a vital nutrient that allows our thyroid to create the hormones necessary for weight management, growth, and development. A lot of my clients come to me and they're letting me know they're very tired all the time, they're always feeling sluggish, and they just can't seem to lose any weight. That to me right away screams iodine deficiency. Now, a lot of us don't eat the foods that contain the necessary amounts of iodine in order to sustain our body on a day-to-day basis. And so we're experiencing these effects and then trying to mask these effects later with pharmaceuticals. There's a far easier way to intake the correct amount of iodine that our body needs, and that's through iodized salt. Okay, iodized salt, like I've got here, I'm not sponsored by Morton's or anybody, but it'll say on the bottom, this does supply, so let's see, this salt supplies iodide, a necessary, what does it say? A necessary nutrient. That's what you're looking for at the store, okay? You need to don't drink it, take some of this salt, all right? What happens, so iodine's normally found in seaweed or like really expensive fishes, and if you're not eating those things often, then you're not getting the right amount of iodine. So you need to be using iodized salt. Now, I'm not a doctor, this is not medical advice, but I'm an herbalist, and this is an herbal remedy that is very simple to do and very, very cheap. There are two kinds of salt at the store. There's non-iodized salt and there's iodized salt. Most of us buy the non-iodized salt because we're told you're not supposed to have a lot of iodine. Don't listen to that. Everything in moderation is key, okay? Too much water will also kill you. But you do need iodine. It is an essential nutrient, and iodide is a combination of iodine and potassium usually, or some other metal that they use, and it allows it to be absorbed into your body. It goes into the bloodstream, and your body needs it, okay? So let me tell you some things that happen if you don't have enough iodine, some signs of iodine deficiency. So one of the first ones is goiter. And goiter, if you don't know what that is an enlargement of the thyroid. You usually see it on their neck. It's like a big ball on their neck. That's the thyroid enlarging in order to gain more iodine from the blood. It's trying to like get more iodine out of the blood, so it's enlarging because it's very, very, very extremely deficient in iodine. So if you'll start intaking salt on a regular basis that it contains iodine, you'll notice that that could go down. Again, just through my experience with clients, not medical advice. Okay, also hypothyroidism, okay? It's when your thyroid stops producing the hormone or doesn't produce very much of the hormone necessary for weight management, all right? And that can start interrupting sleep and a lot of other funky things that goes on there. So your thyroid really plays a big role here, and hypothyroidism can be a result of iodine deficiency. There's no need to take pharmaceuticals 9 out of 10 times. You really just should have some more iodized salt in your life, so try to do that if you can. Another key sign of maybe iodine deficiency is you have mental impairment. You do see that a lot. For pregnant women, you're going to experience things. I mean, you could experience things like a miscarriage, low birth rate, a stillborn, different issues like that. Depends on how bad it is. That's why they usually make you take a pregnancy supplement, but we can talk about that later. But iodine is what is important there, not necessarily the pregnancy supplement, because there are other things inside of that we can get to on a different video. So I'm just advocating for the iodine, not necessarily the supplements. And then growth and development issues in children. So it's quite interesting how easy it would be for most of us to get the right amount of iodine in our diet, but just by getting the salt that we need in our lives, but they just don't tell us these simple fixes, okay? So if you're eating a lot of kelp or seaweed or fish, good job, you're probably getting the necessary amount of iodine, but for the rest of us in the United States, you aren't eating those things on a daily basis. You likely need iodized salt. Now, the next thing people are going to tell me is like, salt, too much salt, that's going to cause high blood pressure. Yeah, that's what they say. I don't know, that's what they say. A little bit of red wine likes to kick out veins. I know there's been a lot of studies on that. If you can have a lot of red wine, it'll clean out arteries and different things. There's a lot going on. But again, all in moderation. I think the key with everything herbal and the key with everything in life would be all in moderation. So I don't want you to go drink your salt. I don't think that's the key here, but I definitely want you to try a little bit in your life, and instead of jumping to a pharmaceutical. I think that we jump to pharmaceuticals, or at least tend to as a society, jump to them a lot quicker than we did in the past, and I don't think that it's helping us. I mean, we are not a very healthy country, and it doesn't seem like, I think the lifespan just decreased again. So I don't know, maybe try another way. I'm not advocating or I'm not forcing my lifestyle on anybody, but I am providing herbal tips for people that don't get to speak with herbalists very often. I thought that there was a huge need on TikTok to kind of bring out the herbal side of things. There's a lot of misinformation that you find everywhere, and so spreading the herbal word is quite difficult unless you know somebody who's an herbalist, and so I do like that I'm able to talk more on TikTok about it. So this kind of turned into a long video. I hope it helps somebody out there. So again, if you are dealing with fatigue, weight gain, infertility, which is shocking, right? Infertility issues, iodine there. So any of those things, you know, cold intolerance or depression, you might be iodine deficient, and I would highly recommend using some iodized salt. Now, really quick, one more thing. If you happen to be preserving meat, right, in the near future, don't use iodized salt. Okay, if you're going to preserve meat or if you're preserving meat of any kind, it is not with iodized salt. It's the non-iodized salt. So you are going to need both in your life for future endeavors. If you do decide to preserve meat, it actually pulls out the blood. I was going to say a nicer word, fluids in the meat. But okay, so non-iodized salt for that, but iodized salt for you and your body because it is an essential nutrient. The more you know, the more you can become. Good luck and good health.